What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about an Uncharted 1 remake, going back to one of the old classics, and why I believe it's only a matter of time until we see this. Now, one thing I want to throw in is the willingness, seemingly, to do more remasters for PlayStation. This was a little while ago that we heard that Nix's, that PC port Genius Studio, is working on remasters. Obviously, we know Bluepoint, right, works with remakes. So there is, to me, although live service is a big part of Sony's future, or PlayStation's future, and I'm not a huge fan of that, you also do have to imagine you're getting to the point in time and the age of some of these games where you probably will start to go back in time. Now, actually, that may make an argument more for like a remaster collection of Uncharted more than, which we already got, but like another one that I guess has every single game combined into one, rather than a remake. However, I'd like to go back to 2022 when in a PlayStation blog, they had mentioned that the reason they had started right with 4 and then they did the Legacy of Thieves collection, right, with Lost Legacy and all that. The reason they basically didn't do 1 through 3 on the PC is they said that while the storytelling holds up, the visuals wouldn't hold up. So while remasters do make sense, I think remasters for something like an Infamous franchise or maybe even like Resistance, now you could make an argument for all of those that are remake for at least maybe the first one of that group, Resistance 1, if you think of Infamous 1 and 2, I think those could even do remakes. Uncharted, I would think leans more towards a remake, but a remaster, hey, you've already done one of them. If you did a second one, it would be slightly odd, but hey, Kingdom Hearts has done it before. Konami does it with pretty much everything. Castlevania, Silent Hill, Metal Gear, all these franchises. I really think it would work. On top of the fact that I think we know very well that Uncharted is not gone. Uncharted will be back. Now, I do think you're getting a brand new Uncharted game. I do think there's one in the works. We've gone over the last several years, like 2 years, a lot of rumors of, well, number one, there was rumored to be an Uncharted 1 remake, right? If you go back long enough, you'll find the rumors of an Uncharted 1 remake, and they kind of put it down, but then there were rumors that they maybe picked it back up. So that's always been on and off. But then there's also been rumors that Uncharted has kind of been given off to another studio, right? Naughty Dog would kind of start it, would help them out with it, and then Naughty Dog would give it off to, another team. Those rumors are within the last year of that one. So I do think Uncharted, we have the movie franchise, right? Which they do want to make a franchise. They do want to make more than one. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to paint the scene for why Uncharted will never go away. Whether you want Nathan Drake to go away or not, that's totally up to you. But Uncharted is obviously an incredibly profitable franchise for Sony. It's not going anywhere. I think you get a new game. I think you get a new game with his daughter, Cassie. And then I do think, you're in this age of time, and there's plenty of games I think do deserve remakes that we haven't, officially heard. But I do think in the next 2, 3, 4 years, games like the Arkhams, right, like Arkham Asylum City, I think you're getting to the age where that makes sense to do a remake, considering you've done Dead Space, obviously different studios, but games in that 2006 to 2010 era are in that range right now where you can go back and start to remake them. Uncharted obviously fits directly into that, 2007. Uncharted 2 was 2009. So really both of those, I think you're getting to that point. I've said like Assassin's Creed. I think the first Assassin's Creed game will get remade. I really don't know why Ubisoft hasn't done that yet, but I could absolutely see it. I think there's been enough, again, they're rumors. You don't have to take them as, the gospel or anything like that, but I think there's already been enough rumors to indicate there's probably a willingness to go back to that first Uncharted game. Now you could say, like, does it need a remake? Well, I don't know if it needs one. I'm fine with games kind of living in the world that they made for themselves back then. At the same time, if you were to remake it, the tough thing for me for Uncharted 1 is you'd have to really add some things. I think even the biggest set pieces in Uncharted 1, if you remade them, and even like a new, coat of paint, that kind of remake, I don't think that's really enough, considering we're used to now, or we're kind of conditioned now, right, with things like we've seen in Uncharted 4, even Uncharted 2 and 3, like, had those huge things. 1 really didn't. One, the biggest things in 1 do not compare to 2 or 3, let alone 4, which is obviously much bigger. So I think if you were to remake 1, unlike if you remade 2 or 3, right? If you remake 2 or 3, you could probably leave them as is. You just, remake them for 2023, 2024. For 1, I think you'd have to probably add a couple big set pieces, which would be interesting to see how they do, because then you got to get Nolan North back. You got to get all these people back. Can Richard McGonagle even do it nowadays, right? He's getting up there in age. So it would be actually kind of fascinating to see a remake with extra scenes involved in Uncharted 1. But who knows? Maybe that's an assumption assumption. Maybe that doesn't end up happening. But I do think we are going to get more Uncharted, and I think an Uncharted 1 remake makes a lot of sense. There should be something, I think, to put them all together, because you have like 1 through 3, and then you have 4 in Lost Legacy, so you kind of have them splintered a little bit. Maybe you remake 1 through 3 and then you put them together. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do it. And again, you may say that's excessive, that's too much. It probably is. Okay, I'm not going to necessarily argue. Like Kingdom Hearts having like 15 collections, I do think is overkill. At the same time, there are plenty of different ways of playing all the Kingdom Hearts games combined for all the different systems. They have done a really good job of literally collecting them, putting them in one spot. They do it. A lot of Japanese companies do it extremely well. Konami, Square Enix, they've done it extremely well. So it would maybe feel a little weird, but it wouldn't be unique. Other companies have done it, so it would just kind of be them doing the same thing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.